Howdy, rock stars. I'm Lyd Shaw. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Recording Studio Rockstars. I'm going to show you right now how you can get a very cool free instrument and plugin for your sessions for creating music. This one is called Jacob Collier Audience Choir. And let's jump in and we'll take a look. Jacob Collier is an incredible musician. I don't know tons about his music, but I've seen his YouTube videos. He's incredibly talented. He's an amazing singer. He can play all kinds of instruments. He creates incredible YouTube videos. And during one of his recent world tours, he had this practice of getting the audience to sing along with him while he was doing performances. And so he sort of conducts the entire audience and gets them to sing all these different notes and different parts together and sing in harmony. And so my understanding is that he teamed up with Native Instruments, and particularly with Dave Godowski over there. And they had this brilliant idea to take the choir sounds that they were creating from the stage and then record them and turn them into an actual instrument that you can play in your studio. So let's just jump right in and we'll take a quick look. I got it installed. I just want to show you what it sounds like and give you a chance to check it out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to nativeinstruments.com, and I've got a link in the video description so you can check it out. And then if you're on this page, you can just click Get It for Free right here. It takes you to the actual instrument page and shows you what's going on with this different instrument and the different sounds. And you can go watch the video that he created kind of describing it. But essentially, like I said, they've created an instrument out of the thousands and thousands of voices from multiple cities all over the world during this Jesse tour that he did, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, DJ ESSE. So the Jacob Collier's Jesse World Tour. So conducting the audience. Now, once you have this downloaded, you're going to actually need to install the Native Instruments Access app. So that will install on your computer. That will let you then load it up. I should have that open right here. This is the Native Instruments app. And so I've got a crazy amount of amazing samples and sound libraries and instruments from Native Instruments. These all load up in the contact player, as well as other instruments like Massive X and stuff. But once you download the Jacob Collier, let me see if it's right here. You download this. And it's going to be a free version. So once you get registered over at Native Instruments, you can download this and then you install it. And then that will show up directly in your DAW. So for me, I'm using Pro Tools. So I loaded it right up. And I'm actually loading up this plugin inside Complete Control. So Complete Control is a plugin from Native Instruments that's like a shell, and it will give you access to any of the sounds and instruments and different plugins, synthesizers and stuff like that, whether they're from Contact Player or whether they're something like Massive X, for example, they'll all load up in here. And so I was able to see an entire library of sounds. Let's see, let me get out of the search here. And let me undo it like that. I guess I got to do it this way. Oops, I hit the wrong X. There we go. So if I undo the search, you'll see I've got access to all my library of sounds right here. And then once I find the Jacob Collier one, I can double click on it. It loads it up and shows up on my screen like this. So there you can see him standing in front of the audience, conducting everybody. And essentially what they've done is, if you look over here, there are a list of cities from the world tour. And I think what they did is they took the audience and they had them sing. See over here on this side, you've got all the vowels. They had them sing different vowels, like the A vowel. And then up here is the M vowel, like and then oo for ooze, and then the E vowel. And so you have control over all these different sounds. And each audience probably sang a different one of these, maybe a little bit better than other audiences. So therefore, depending on whether they were in Brisbane or Berlin or Oslo or Luxembourg, maybe they were better at singing the E's, the Oo's, the Ah's, or the M's. And maybe there were, people who could sing more low notes or more high notes. So what they did is they mixed it up so that when you play the sample, you get a blend of different audience members for each note. So it sounds really unique. So let me... Oh, there you go. You got a little peek because I just hit the keyboard by accident. So let me jump over here and I'm going to show you what I've got set up quickly, just so you can also see this. When you're using complete control, it actually pairs up with the complete control keyboard. So this is the 61. And then you can have access to the sounds right here in the player window, which is really, really cool. When you go into browser, for example, it actually shows you the entire library of sounds and all that kind of stuff. And then if I go back to plugin, I've already loaded up the Jacob Collier Audience Choir. And then this one's pretty simple in terms of the things you can control. You've got timbre, you've got delay, you've got reverb. There's a stereo spread as well. I guess I've got that actually panned up for some reason. I don't know, I didn't mean to, but let me put it back in center. And then you've got attack and release controls. And if I go back up to the screen, you'll see how all these correspond. So down here at the bottom, there's timbre, delay, reverb, stereo, attack, and release. And now without any further ado, let's jump in and see what this sounds like. So let me play a few notes on the keyboard and see what you think. All right, so to me, that's awesome. So if I play individual notes, you should be able to hear that some of the notes sound different than others. So here's a C, then here's a G, and here's an F. Now notice how the different cities light up in the plugin, and then different lights on the audience too, for depending on where they were and which part of the audience they recorded. So the C is like Auckland, Berlin, Madrid, Paris, Porto, Stockholm, and Sydney, and Zurich. And then the G, you see it's Amsterdam, Madrid, Utrecht, Copenhagen. So that's really cool. So you get this variety of sound, and let's go and find out like what the lowest note is and what the highest note is too. So I'm going all the way down the keyboard, coming up. Okay, there we go. It's a low F, a couple of octaves below middle C. And then if I go up above middle C, let me go to that F. So that's the highest one right there. That is a G, 2 octaves above middle C. So you've got a pretty extensive range of notes, although you can kind of hear they kind of mix and match some lows and highs in there too. But it just gives you the ability to be able to, compose and play different voicings and not have to worry about where you are on the keyboard too much. Let's jump in, and I'm going to show you this other feature, because if you don't necessarily know how to play chords, I'm not much of a keyboard player, so I come up with melodic ideas, but I don't always know how to play really great chord voicings. But they have built into this a chord generator that is automatic. So up at the top left here, you'll notice there's this chord generator button. So you click on that, and now you have the ability to select any one of these fundamentals for the keys that you want, and then you can select major, minor, and harmonic minor chords. So let's just see what C major chords sound like, and then I'm going to show you the vowels as well. Pretty awesome, right? All right, so then let's check out the harmonic minor real quick and see what that sounds like. Very cool. All right, now let's go over and check out these different vowel sounds. So I'll go back to the C major chord and just play some vowels. So start out with the A. And then if you zip up here, this is the mms. And then if we go over here, here's the oohs. And then come down here to the E's, the E vowel. All right, now if I move it while it's playing, you can actually morph between these different vowel sounds. So that's super cool. So one of the things that's really cool about native instruments and the complete control or just any of the contact instrument players is that a lot of them have this XY grid here. So if you get clever, I'll try and make a video for it later because I'm still figuring it out, but I think I did get it hooked up before. You can actually load a MIDI controller with an XY pad on a keyboard, on an iPhone or on an iPad or an Android tablet or something like that. And then you can control these different sounds yourself. So you can play a keyboard part while you're simultaneously, moving the XY pad around while you're playing. So anyway, I highly recommend you go check this thing out. This just came out and you can go download it for free. So the links are in the show notes. Once again, you're just going to be going over to nativeinstruments.com with a dash in there, native-instruments.com. And then you should be able to just click on it. And then, of course, if you go to, products, complete, vocal, and Jacob Collier Audience Choir, that'll take you there. The link's in the show notes. And then if you are there and you decide you want to get one of the larger bundles from Jacob Collier or from any of the other amazing instruments that are there, you can use this coupon and get yourself an extra 10% off too. So just use this coupon right below. This is special just for us here at Recording Studio Rockstars, and that's you if you're watching this video, and it's ROCK10, so that should just get you an additional 10% off. Let me know in the comments if that worked for you, and then also let me know if this all sounded and looked good enough for you to get a good sense of what's going on with this plugin. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and hit the like and subscribe so you can get more videos from us. I do weekly podcast interviews on this channel as well. We do that as an audio podcast, but it also is broadcast on our YouTube. So you'll be happy to be checking those out. Some incredible interviews with producers and engineers and other music makers like yourself. Thanks so much for watching this. And my goal here at Recording Studio Rockstars is to help you make your best record ever. Cheers.